Hello, Jay Steb here with Major 7 Jazz Tuition. One of the backing tracks that I've uploaded to my website and to YouTube is a drone in F. So today I want to give you 5 ways you can use this resource to improve your playing and your jazz improvisation. The first way is to use it to practice your scales. Of course, there's only one tone, so the root of all the scales will be F. However, when you think about it and you take into account all the different modes, you're actually covering quite a lot of ground. But I'm not really suggesting you practice the scales for technique and fingering. Rather, you're practicing to get a sense of the feeling and how they sound. Each of the 12 notes has a distinct sound in relation to the root. And when you start to join these different sounds, i.e. in scales, you start to get different expressions of sound from bright to dark. So I think it's important to explore that. The second way to use this drone is very similar, but it gives an even deeper understanding, and that is to sing the different scales and tones over it. If you're currently learning your modes, this is a brilliant way of practicing and really hearing the difference between the modes from as they go bright to dark. I recommend starting with the major scale and then going on to the Lydian scale by sharpening the fourth, and then you work through each mode from bright to dark. So really it's about making you aware of the relationship between each note and between the note and the root, and how it all sounds and feels. And that is all the major modes. But of course you've got the harmonic and melodic minors and even harmonic major, and they all have their modes as well. The third way to use the drone is to hold long notes. So this could be if you're working on your tone or your vibrato even, your sound, or you could be working on your tuning and your intonation. So what you might do is practice some big intervals. The fourth way of using the drone is to practice note groupings. And by that I mean playing phrases with a certain number of notes. So that could be groups of 3 notes, 5 notes, 7 notes. Because there's no metronome, this is a nice way to really get to grips with the odd numbers. This is because you're obviously less restricted and you don't have the pressure of the beat. However, I would definitely recommend playing these odd note groupings once you're comfortable with them over a backing track or a metronome. But that is for another day. The fifth and final way to use the drone is to just enjoy playing in a style that is similar to classical Indian improvisation. Classical Indian improvisation is a huge topic and I'm not really qualified to teach it, but you can still take elements from it. My advice would be to pick a scale, starting with long notes, play thoughtfully and slowly, and gradually build from there. And then you get faster, more intense, adding embellishments and different rhythmic patterns and groupings of notes. So that's it. 5 ways to use the drone in F. I'll see you next time.